Good evening, good morning on Europeans. It is Monty.
And it's Eurovision Rose, Jody here. How are you doing? We're in the Euro Club. It's quite late in the evening.
It's quite late in the evening.
We perhaps shouldn't be doing this, but we need to run through the semi-final one predictions. So
yes, we are. We're doing an ill-advised piece to camera at this time of night. We're in the Euro Club. I had a space on my. Oh, I've got a beard. Reading is past me a bit. I had a space on my dance card tonight for Andras Kalle-Saunders, who was meant to come to the Euro Club tonight, but he hasn't come. So my gap has been unfilled by him this evening. So I am slightly in mourning, but I've been looking at some lovely Israelis on the dance floor.
Yeah.
So that's been lovely.
Big shout out to the Israelis here, Europhiles. They're a group who unofficially do every Sunday night at the Avita Gay Bar in Tel Aviv, and they are fab. They're great value. They've been going for an hour and a half, and I think they'll be going for another hour and a half.
I think they will. There's the plug. There's your freebie in Tel Aviv.
There you go. Okay.
So we watched the second rehearsals of the first semi-final today. So we're going to give you a little rundown of what we thought. So first up was Armenia.
It was Armenia, the hot favourite, as we know. And I think we know why he's the favourite. It was really good today. A very competent rehearsal. He's alone on stage, and he pulls it off just about. It's great, it's good. There's just maybe something lacking for me. I can see it winning, but there's half of me is also saying that it might just be lacking something, and I don't know what that something is. So we're going to see. But it was a really strong rehearsal, and they are one to watch, definitely.
Latvia up next, and I have to confess, I'm really not liking the Latvian entry. I just can't quite get the humour of it. I mean, I know it's funny, I know it's quirky, but it's just not really doing it for me. I look at him and I think, you're a gap year student, get off your gap year, learn to cook, and no, don't be in Eurovision. It's just not working for me.
Yeah, I agree. A non-qualifier, I think. Estonia next, and this is nice. This is really nice. It's artistic. The interpretive dance works for me. The song is nice. It's not a wow factor for me. I think Estonia will qualify, but I'm not sure how much it will trouble the left-hand side of the scoreboard on the night. So that's what I think about Estonia. Monty, next up.
Sweden is the next one up. It's Sanna Nilsson. Of course, she's one of the big fan favourites. I didn't really like her so much when she won Melody Festival, but I have to say I've warmed to the song quite a lot now. When I heard it today, I thought her vocal had both strengthened and become more brittle at the same time. And I thought that combination of qualities, of kind of the power, but the kind of the fragility of the vocals, really working for me. And I thought she looked a little bit more vulnerable when she was on stage singing it today. And it's really pulling it together. I think this is going to do really well. Lots of people saying, it's not as good as the song she's had before, and that's very true. But actually, I think Sanna is going to pull off definitely a qualification, probably a good top 10 finish.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Sanna's better than the song, I feel, but she's still fantastic, as Sweden always are at this stage in rehearsals. Iceland next. Now, this is one that is much better when it went from Icelandic to English, which is actually unusual. Normally, when we transfer to English, it's not as good. I love this now, whereas I didn't before. It's colourful, the tracksuits work, the staging is fantastic for this. I get the sentiment, it's very nice, but musically I think perhaps it's not the televoters' favourite song, so I think televoters won't vote for it, and I'm struggling to see how juries will vote for it as well, so I think sadly it's a non-qualifier, but actually I quite like this now, surprisingly.
Well, I quite like the Icelandic bears, or some of them at least. The red one, I think, and the yellow one, and possibly the pink one. Well, there's a few there. Who's next? It's Albania. I loved Albania in the national final, and I think, unlike the sort of a swap from Icelandic to English, it just hasn't really worked for me. I mean, a little bit disappointed by it. I love Hershey's voice. I love the kind of quirkiness that she has, and I think they've staged it really well. They've managed to kind of sort of put her on stage, and she's not looking quite as manic as she has in the Albanian final before. I think it's a much more controlled performance. I really like it, but I just don't think it's going to get enough votes, which would be a real shame because I think it's a quality song from Albania.
Yeah, I enjoyed Albania today immensely. Russia are up next. Now, a lot of people are talking about Russia in a negative way, and after the first rehearsals, I thought it was going to be terrible, but what I saw today, second rehearsal Russia, was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. The seesaw, it's a gimmick, but it worked. The lightsaber, they're holding a lightsaber. I wish it lit up, but it doesn't. It's a plastic piece of plastic, basically. It doesn't light up. But they're stuck together by their hair at the start. They start up as twins, they separate. And I like it. I like the way the fan comes up at the end to signify the rising sun. It's really good. Russia's really come up for me, and I'm really surprised to say that. So yeah, Russia's a strong contender for me.
Next up we have Azerbaijan. I didn't like Azerbaijan when I first heard it, but I've really warmed to it now. I do think it's a really good quality song, and I've had to kind of reappraise my assessment of Dilara. I think the problem is that English isn't her first language, and she doesn't speak it very well either. So there's a kind of stiltedness to the vocal delivery, which just isn't really working for me. But also, it's a song that doesn't need a gimmick, and she's got this screeching going on in the back. There's some karaoke going. There's drag queen karaoke going on. I'm not sure if that's a drag queen or if that's one of the punters that's in the background, but it's screechy, whatever it is. Azerbaijan. She's got this trapeze artist, and I think she's kind of circling around her and taking the focus off her too much. I don't think she needs that. I think that what she needs is a real, just kind of focus on the song, no gimmick, nothing else going on, nothing to detract from the quality of the song. But I think the vocal delivery is just not quite there for me. It's a very good song. It's a song with the potential of winning, but I don't think that she's going to do it on this performance.
Yeah, I was expecting more from Azerbaijan. It's still fabulous. My favourite song of the year, by the way. Ukraine next. Now, there's a watermill in Donetsk without its wheel right now. And where is it? It's on the Eurovision stage. I'm not sure what to make of this. I think they're trying to distract from the fact the song isn't very good, and they're distracting us quite well, but it doesn't work for me. I know Monty disagrees. I'm thinking this is still quite poor. I find it too busy. It's a distraction you just don't need. But then again, if you haven't got a very good song, then maybe you have to do that. I'm very disappointed with Ukraine this year, but maybe there'll be some sympathy votes, and probably it will go to the final.
Belgium is up next, and I have to say I've thrown my integrity completely out the window. I hate the song with a passion, but I'm not too proud to have thrown myself at him tonight for a photo opportunity. So, and that's not even my beer that's being handed to me. And yeah, Belgium. It's cod opera. It's just not doing it for me. It's mawkish. That is my beer. It's mawkish. It's saccharine. There's a kind of creepy quality to it. I'm not really keen. We saw him tonight. He came in tonight and he sang with the backing singer who is playing his dead mother on stage. He delivered Lorraine's Euphoria, and it was quite a moment, I have to say, on the Eurovision stage. I've seen many things, but that was quite a moment. So yeah, Belgium not doing it for me.
Yeah, not doing it for me either. I think Belgium's my least favourite song of the year. My second least favourite song is up next in this semi-final. Moldova, Christina Scarlett. I just find this an ugly arrangement. The melody doesn't get me at all. I don't like the costumes. They've just plucked something out of the hat. They've said, let's go with the gladiator, warrior, princess look. Let's even give you a microphone that is in the same style. And I just find this 3 minutes of my life I'll never get back. I'm really sorry. Moldova have a strong record of qualifying. I think that could be broken this year. I really do.
Yeah, I'm not liking Moldova either. San Marino is next, and it's Valentina's third attempt, and if at first you don't succeed, third time lucky and all of that, I'm not really sure that she's going to do it. She's reenacting the Birth of Venus by Botticelli with a big clamshell behind her, and she looks good on stage, and it is the best song I think of all the three that she's had, but I just don't see where her votes are going to come from. I fully expect her to be back next year. I think that there's nobody else in San Marino that can really ask. But I would love her to qualify. I do really like the song. It's old-fashioned, but there's something about it that I really do quite enjoy. But yeah, as much as I'd like it to qualify, I don't see that it's going to.
Okay, we got Portugal next, my favourite Eurovision country. Did you know that already? I think you did. Oh my God, this is fabulously cheap. It's fabulously fabulous. Has it got enough legs to get over the line to qualify for the Saturday night? The jury is still out for me. My heart is saying yes. My head is on the borderline. She's lively. Her vocal is good. They've improved the performance somewhat by employing the flags at the end of the performance, which is better, and using the sexy new backing dancers with the drums earlier in the performance. The Brazilian drummer is still there, interacting with Susie well, and she does a little salsa shimmy, which I love. It's jolly. There's boring songs come before it, but she comes after a commercial break, so she's going to struggle. She's really going to struggle, but there's nobody in this city wants Portugal to qualify more than me, or maybe Keith Mills. But anyway, that's another story. Vai Portugal, por favor, volta para Portugal. Obrigado.
It is the Netherlands next. The Netherlands, for me, it's not a very good song. I find it a little bit dull. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the song, but I just don't see that it's got very much anything interesting about it for Eurovision. It's very nicely staged. They've got this sort of microphone stand that has two microphones coming off a 180-degree angle, so they're singing opposite each other. We'll just demonstrate. They're singing as if they've got a microphone in their hand with the stand down here. And it works. I mean, for the song it actually works, but it's just, I don't know, it's just a little bit too simple, it's a little bit too quiet, and amidst all of the crash, boom, bang, I don't really think it's going to be heard. It's going to get a lot of votes from the juries, I think, but I'm not sure that's going to be matched by enough televoters to get it into the point zone which it needs. You need to combine good televote scores and good jury scores to score points now at Eurovision, and I don't think it's going to pull them from both camps.
Yeah. Agreed. Who's second to last in this semi is Montenegro. Now, this is one of those songs that is fantastic at the video stage in the run-up to the contest, but going onto the stage at Eurovision, they've made a bit of a booby really with this. They've employed an ice skater. Well, actually she's on rollerblades, and she's waltzing around the stage, distracting totally from the song. It makes him look uncomfortable as well. I think they've made a real mistake. And they've got a special effect on the stage floor where wherever she goes there's like a kind of a white kind of like dust left behind, but it looks a bit like a seagull has done its worst on the stage behind, and it really doesn't work. It probably looked good on paper, but it's not working. People are saying Montenegro is dead in the water now, but I mean, maybe we're a bit in the bubble already on day 2. I'm not sure it's enough to kill it off. It's a really strong Balkan ballad, but there aren't many Balkan people voting in this semi-final, so I'm not sure. I still love it. I still have faith in it, but I'm really struggling to see where the votes will come now from this, and that's sad.
And the last song of the semi-final is András Kaliszondas from Hungary. I can't judge this in an unbiased way. It is a little bit of an odd song. I think if you were going to choose your 3 minutes at Eurovision, you probably wouldn't choose to fill it with a song about child abuse. And if you were going to fill it with a song about child abuse, you probably wouldn't choose to do it in the drum and bass style. But that's what he does, and actually he manages it really well. It's very well staged. I really like it. He's kind of, there's the running motif going through, and there's a bit of interpretative dance going on behind him, which is not really my thing generally, but it kind of works. It kind of sort of tells the story of the song. There's something about András which has piqued my interest, shall we say, for 2 or 3 years now in the Hungarian final, not because of the quality of his songs, but more because of the quality of his looks. So I was really looking forward to seeing him tonight at the Euroclub, and he hasn't turned up. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because he had a late rehearsal. But anyway, we are hoping to see him fairly soon. But anyway, there you go. That's our first rehearsal, first semi-final rehearsal over. It's probably too late for us to have really done this justice, but that might have given you a giggle along the way. Tomorrow morning we are going to get up bright and early, reporting for you on Europe, and
Stop-biz.
And we will be reporting on the whole of the second semi-final tomorrow. So we're going to carry on and enjoy a little bit of a night in the Euroclub here tonight. So we'll speak to you tomorrow, and we hope to see you soon.
Bye.